Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. How are you today? Don't remember if I've done a reading for you before. I'd like to explain real quick how this works. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. And I try to describe the picture the best that I can. They never waste a message. There's always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind, because you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, I know what he's talking about. This is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. Sometimes you gotta stretch it outside the box a little bit. It's their show. I let them run the show within reason. So they know best what needs to be said or what you need to hear. So we're going to talk to your brother today. He's coming in very calm, very, I don't want to say moving slow, but moving, what's the word I want to use? Because it's so peaceful. It's so at ease. I think that's the word I want to use. He's just so calm and at ease. I know who I am now. I was always a little confused, but I know who I am now. I know what my purpose is. My purpose is now anyway. Oh, he says don't told me not to put words in his mouth. Is to bring peace and love and calm and serenity to those that he loves. And I promise you 1,000%, he can hear you, he can see you. Talk to him all you want to. Okay. He's going to make sure I say what he wants me to say, which is what I'm here for. If you're having a bad time, if you're having doubts, if you're having doubts that he's around, if you're having doubts, he said even about the other side, if you're having doubts about any situation, to call on him. They cannot override your free will choice. Okay. So you have to ask, and then you have to be ready to allow for whatever he brings. He's going to bring you this overwhelming sense of calm. So if you get a little worked up over something, now I'm starting to get jittery. And I just started my coffee, so it can't be that. Call on him. He will bring you this overwhelming sense of peace and love and calm. Okay, and I've only felt that really totally a couple of times, when my angels or whatever have come through and brought that overwhelming sense of love, and it just brought me to tears. It was so beautiful. He can help bring that to you. So don't hesitate to ask. You can't believe what they can do, but they cannot override your free will choice. My guides are up there going, Rhonda, we told you not to do that. But I decided I wanted to. I mean, that's just the way it is. And then they sit back and they wait for me to straighten my shit up and get back to what they told me I needed to do. He says, I love you from the depth of my soul. He started to say bottom of the heart. He says, I'm putting words in his mouth again. Ooh, 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 I've never been chastised like that. From the bottom of his soul to the depth of his heart. I looked up to you. immensely. Probably more than you probably more than you knew. And then he starts laughing. He says, I didn't want to give you a big ego. No ego trip, but you can have it now. Because I don't worry about egos anymore. He says, I didn't want you holding it over me. Mushy stuff. But he feels very mushy, kind of. No, he says he doesn't like that word. Something about good, clean fun. Good, clean fun. Sometimes they just throw words out, and hopefully they won't give me all the details, but he'll give me just enough so you should understand what he's talking about. You thought it was horrific when I passed. Excuse me, when I left. I didn't. It wasn't. And he says good, clean fun again, so I don't know if he's referring to his death. Okay, it doesn't have to make any sense to me. It's none of my business. Keep up the good work. It can and will be challenging, but not in a bad way. Don't give up the fight. Keep moving forward. There is a pot at the end of the rainbow, but you have to move towards it. He's not saying what he's referring to, and I feel like he's going to chastise me again. Don't forget to involve love in everything you do. Love is the bottom line. Love is all there is. Oh man, I feel this total sense of peace, like in the depth of my soul. Really strong, which I don't usually feel from them. I always just feel a little bit. Know that you can have this, ask, and then you have to allow it. He says, you deserve it. I've learned how to do it. No, he says, I'm learning how to do it. And I asked my medium friend that I go to go, hey, aren't we all knowing when we get up there? And she goes, nope, Rhonda, it doesn't work that way. Okay, he's drawing my, actually, when I do my little bit of sage every morning, I sage my area myself before I start working. And this is a card I pulled for myself, but he pulled my eyes to it. Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there, which goes along with this peace, 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 peace that he's trying to bring to all of us. It's a little hard to enjoy the natural world. It's like it's 5 degrees in Kansas. I don't know where you're at. Can't really go outside and enjoy it, but we can look out the window and enjoy the beauty of the snow we have on the ground right now, and the birds that are waiting for me to feed them. I haven't been out. Uh-oh. I don't know where they're at. They were. I'm gonna feed my babies. It's He says when you enjoy the beauty of the natural world, it's not enjoying your new car or your new house. It's actually enjoying the natural world. Get down to the basics. He says bare basics. Find that peace in the bare basics because you won't find it in the sidewalk or the windows on the big buildings. You have to go to nature. Okay. Like when, of course, I'm not doing it right now, but when I go for my woo-woo walks, I call them, put my woo-woo music in and go walk by the river. As I walk, I'd say, I love you trees, you give me oxygen. I love you grass, I love you river, I love you eagles flying over, water. Show gratitude for the natural beauty of the world. He wants you to find the same peace that he's found. He says, it's absolutely beautiful. He says, if everybody in the world could find this deep, deep peace, oh wow, he's washing it over me again, like inside of me. Then we wouldn't have all this stuff going on. Because there would be no room for hate. Only love and beauty. He says, that is my mission. He says, it's continuing. That was his mission here, whether he figured it out here or not. He says yes and no. It is his mission now, wholeheartedly, 100%. This is his job, his mission. He doesn't like the word job. He doesn't consider it a job. It's his job to open people's eyes. This isn't just for you or your family. He's much bigger than that. Much bigger. Worldwide. He can go anywhere he wants to. And I always tell people, talk to him all the time. Talk to him all you want to. And some people think, well, if I do that, don't I keep them here and like keep them from going where they need to go? Nope, you can't tie a rope on them. We don't have anything to tie a rope on to. He can go anywhere he wants. And he's going more around the world. He says missionary. Like a missionary. Worldwide peace. He's much higher up. He's much more than what he was physically here. So I don't know if you realized he was much more. He was needed to go home. He's needed to do this job. I've never seen this before. Wow, I feel like I felt it pull in my gut. This is, wow. His energy is needed on their level. It's almost like they're building their troops up, and that wouldn't be the way to, he says, yes, that's kind of the way to describe it. They're building their army. They're building their troops. They're raising the vibration up there because we need it so bad. It's much bigger than the person he was here. He says, even though somehow inside he kind of knew consciously, but more subconsciously, like couldn't quite grasp. There's something more. There's something bigger for me. There's something I'm supposed to be doing. And I know because I get that feeling all the time. And I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the next step. It's like, Okay, I know there's something bigger for me. I know there's something bigger I'm supposed to be doing. He says the exact same thing, but I don't know what it is yet, or I can't see it, or they haven't brought it to me, or where the hell is it? I'm tired of waiting. I know it's there. It's like your foot's up in the air and you're getting ready to step forward, but you can't quite step down. He says perfect explanation. And that's what he felt like he was here. But he says not totally. I was going to say, I don't know if he totally consciously got it. So there could have, he says, yes, there was confusion. He's answering before I get the words out. So there could have been confusion, and it is confusing for us, people like us. He's a light worker. He turned on a light bulb and smiled. He's a light worker, like I am, probably much higher than I am. I actually have not worked with the archangels and stuff too much lately. I've just kind of been muttering on this level. And he's telling me I need to go like this. I need to go up higher. So I don't know if he's come here to help me, you, all of us. He's saying the world. He's part of, he calls it a brigade. He said it's like an angel brigade. He says maybe he thinks you'll understand something along those line of words. Very strong guide for you. Extremely strong guide for you. But you have to allow it. You have to ask, you have to allow it. Like I said, my guides sit up there and go, Rhonda, what are you doing? And I shut them out. I ignore them. I don't ask. I don't allow them in because I have free will choice to do screw up whatever the hell I want to. He's laughing. Oh, my guide should have given up a long time ago. This is a very spiritual reading, which I don't usually get, at least not on this level. He's showing like he's with angels, higher up angels, but he's right below them. So I don't know if it's because I don't want to say this. I don't know if you believe in angels. I have no idea. Anyway, like angels up here and he's right here. So I don't know if he's working his way up to that level or if this is the level he's supposed to be at. He's supposed to be underneath their, I want to say command. I don't know any other way to put it. He's much higher than, I would say, the majority of the spirit that I talk to. They're up there, but not close enough where where they can reach up and touch an angel. That's so confusing. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can explain that better. I always see angels around the spirits that come through. And I only work with the light. Well, a little bit with the dark. Some places I go. But he wants me to explain this. He thinks you need to know his level for some reason. He says, just say it. He's bossy. There's always angels around the loved ones that come through, somewhere, maybe standing way back. Maybe they show that they were there when they passed. Something along that line. This is different. Usually they don't. Oh, I don't know why he wants to go through a big explanation. I'm not sure. I don't know what you know. Or what. Okay, I've heard people say, don't talk to Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael. They don't have time to mess with you. Yes, they do. They're interdimensional beings. They can be anywhere, everywhere. Absolutely, you can work with them, talk to them. Archangel Michael is the warrior and protector. Archangel Raphael is the healing. He's like close to them. Anyway, he's very, very, very strongly wanted to explain that. So to be that close to them, you have to be full of nothing but love, peace, harmony. When we leave, we get stripped like an onion, I call it. They peel the layers off of us of all the crap here on earth, all the heavy, angry, resentful feelings, the heavier feelings. He says he's been here many times. Don't know if you believe in past lives. Been here many times. Doesn't know that he's coming back in another lifetime, which would be probably past your lifetime anyway. They don't usually immediately come back. Once in a while, they do. Usually it's years later before they come back and try to do this stuff all over again. But he's evolved enough that he may not. Got quiet. I'm kind of curious if you ever felt something along that line about him when he was here. He says he's really not either male or female, but he doesn't have a gender now, which I've never heard that before either. Even though I know they really don't. We can come back. Every lifetime we can come back as male, female. You might be the husband one time, you might be the wife the next time, that kind of thing. Creeped me out when I first learned that. It could have been my brother, or I could have been a brother to somebody. So this is quite a spiritual reading. I'd be curious to hear if you ever felt that about him. Okay, so he says, all of you will hear like the flurry of wings. He says, no, not like bat wings. I don't know how you would hear the flurry of angel wings. I've never heard it. But like when you can hear wings when something flies real close to you. You will hear that. You might hear it up here. Like we have telepathic ears. We don't always have to hear with these ears. So even the sound of wings, he says the motion of wings. So you could honestly feel the fanning of the air. Like if something flew real close to you, you could feel that. The air off the wings. This is definitely a different reading. He says you're also going to hear music. Not like music on the radio. He has a special connection with you, and I don't know if he's talking about everybody. Everybody will get the flurry of the wings. Everybody will get the breeze of the wings. And of course, it won't be like the whole, I doubt if it'll be like a whole body, and feel like that air going by. It'll just be probably a little thing. And I never know how somebody else will feel it. Everybody feels stuff different. But music, like harps, like they've only allowed me to hear angel music a handful of times at the most. And it's different. I can't describe it. And I want to cry. It's so beautiful. Cannot describe it. It's nothing like we hear. here on Earth. So it's not going to be something on the TV, the radio, or anything like that. Like I said, you might hear it up here, you might hear it in your sleep. It's just beautiful, peaceful, loving, again, kind of makes you want to cry type of music, because it's just that beautiful. But can't describe it. He's talking about rainbow, but rainbow colors, not necessarily rainbow, but a rainbow will be a sign, and you can see the rainbow on TV. You can see a real rainbow. You can be walking through Walmart and feel your head turn to the side, and there'll be a picture of a rainbow there. But he's also got the colors of the rainbow stretched out in a line, so that those colors, like, all together, like you know how sometimes when the light shines through something and you just see that prism of colors? It's kind of like that. So I don't know if you have something that has those. It could even be chakra colors. He says yes and no, because the chakras have different colors, kind of like a rainbow. I don't know if you know what chakras are. Can't even talk. CHAKRA colors. So anything with rainbow type colors will be a sign. You could have a thing hanging in your window, and when the sun shines through it, it might put rainbow type colors on your counter where it comes through. He says, I love you all more than you know, but I have a job to do. And this job is more important than the one I had here. But you guys, he's talking about his family, not nobody in particular, are a top priority. And now he's wearing a white robe. So I would guess I would call it a robe, not really like a robe like you would put on after you get out of the bathtub, just a whole, I don't want to call it an angel outfit, because he's not an angel. And I honestly don't know if Earth, I think angels do come down here and take the form of humans, but I can't say for sure that he is that. He says he feels blessed that he picked you for his sister, that he picked the family that he did, that he was accepted with love, patience, to be who he wanted to be, allowed to be who he wanted to be. And for that he's grateful, because it allowed him to do what he needed to do here as a soul. It allowed him to learn what he needed to learn as a soul. And now he understands more. I will be waiting for each and every one of you when you leave. Nobody's going anywhere very soon. But I leave you peace. Yes, I was different, and this is why. And with that, he's actually kind of rising up. I mean, his vibration's getting higher and higher and higher. So he's going back. He's showing that he's going to go right back below. I don't know if it's angels or archangels. There's kind of a hierarchy, like the main archangels. And then I think there's kind of different layers of them. And he's right under, I'm assuming that's a bottom layer. I don't know for sure. They usually don't show us here all that stuff. It's not for us to know while we're here, most of the time. And with that, he's leaving. So he's more about, he was less about the earthly life and more about that life. Whether he knew it or not, consciously here. And like I said, I've never had a reading like this. So know you can always call on him. He can always hear you. Whatever you need help with, he will gladly step forward and try to help. He said he's not going to help you get that new car because that's not what it's about. Even though he's almost gone, he like flips out this long thing and it flips open and it's a bouquet of flowers, kind of like a magician does. Like, ta-da! And it's a bouquet of wildflowers of all different colors and stuff, and he's presenting it to you. So know if you see a bouquet of wildflowers, you just happen to be walking along and there's one, or there's a picture of one, or you see a picture on Facebook or in a movie or whatever, that'll be a sign from him too. Validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Give him permission. Give him permission to be in your home if you want him there. At your free will choice. And with that, he's gone. I'd be curious to know, and you don't have to, whether you ever had any indication of anything like this as you were growing up. Because this is definitely a very special reading. He's got a whole lot of love. And makes me feel better knowing that there's souls like him that are up there fighting for us. Basically, that's what they're doing. That's what I kind of got from them. They're banding together to try to raise the vibration, to try to counteract the shit that is going on in this world. And we sure need it. So I hope there's a zillion more of him up there. Okay, much love to you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. It was definitely an honor. It's got to be right up there reading for me out of all the ones I've done. See you later. I'm Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones.